Hello. NigelChua.com here again today. Today I want to share with you how to get money to finance your passive income goals. Um, okay. How do I start? Okay, sometimes when I share my story of how I started from zero, and to build up a seven-figure portfolio and business and things like that, I sense that people dismiss what I've gone through, what I've overcome. And then they summarize my wealth building journey or my business building journey. Perhaps it's as a fluke, or I'm somehow a lucky bastard, and they would never be as lucky as me. And some of my friends, right, and people that I met, they also think that I was born rich because I look rich, right? You know, sometimes I wish that the money I earned and grew, right, really painstakingly, just drop on my lap, boop, and I'm done, right? But no, bros, no. So I was born to a poor and middle class family. Sorry, mom and dad, this is the truth, okay? And lots of memories how we grew up pretty broke, right? Only in my 30s I realized it. But why there's a picture of KFC there? My mom will always tell me the story, right? We were so broke that I would stand at the panel, a glass panel of the windows of KFC like this, look at people eating KFC, and because I wanted to eat when I was about 5, 6, 7 years old, I can't remember. I was standing there looking at people eat, and she would embarrassingly pull me and my brother away because they were too broke to eat at KFC or eat out, like whatever, right? But she gave the example of standing at KFC, and I also remember having to give back my cash gifts, my ang paos, right, to my parents to recycle and give back to people who gave me the ang pao in the first place. And I remember also eating a lot of bean sprouts. So you can see the picture of the bean sprouts over here, right? I am actually quite okay with it. I quite like it. And lots of eggs. I did have space for eggs. And oatmeal porridge were a staple. We eat the oatmeal porridge together with our, what biscuits? I can't remember. Marie biscuit? It's like a cream crackers, right? And those with some milk powder on top. And that would be many of our Saturday or Sunday meals. And I didn't think about it until when I'm 30s. Then I realized, oh wow, you know, I'm really grateful for my parents. Thank you, mom and dad. I'm really grateful. Thank you. I was happy. I'm still happy. So being born to poor middle class family, I knew, right, we had to work hard. You know, I was born to a poor middle class family with major money fights, right? And I grind worked for 16-hour days, 7 days a week for 8 years after graduation. No, yeah, actually no. I was born at 2 years first, then 8 years after that when I started my business, right? We reinvest every single dollar and we live like refugees. One of my buddies from US would say, live like refugees, right? Because we reinvest every single dollar into the business while people around me on Facebook, right? They would go on holidays, they would go parties, buy whatever they want. So it was sometimes a bit painful then, actually you think about it. Of course, this journey's been hard. It's been bloody hard, actually. But then again, to build up a portfolio from nothing to seven figures and growing still, it's not easy. It's hard, right? If it's easy, everybody would do it, right? Everybody would have thousands of dollars in passive income every month, right? No, it's hard because it's hard. It's hard to do. But we don't do stuff because it's easy or hard, right? We do stuff that's worth our time, worth our investment, worth our blood, sweat, and tears. Of course, to me, it's freaking worth it to get your money in order, get thousands of dollars of passive income flowing into my bank account month on month before I'm 45. Because to me, right, that means that I want to get money off the way. I can do stuff that I like. I can spend more time with my kids. I can spend more time with my wife, my family. I can travel, right? So it just gives me more flexibility, which is why I'm really big on financial independence, passive income, retiring early, option to retire early, you know. So we spend the first one third or one half of our lives getting money in order so that we can spend the next two-thirds or half of life playing and leaving our mark in a good way in the world. That's my take on how I would live my life. And how I got to this video topic and points because I got an I'm a subscriber to Ben Settle. Ben Settle is an amazing copywriter, and one of his emails, I don't know if today or what, and the email was summarized how I began building my wealth and passive income journey. And I thought it'd be a useful story to tell you, with especially if you're starting from nothing or starting from zero or you're starting with debts, right? Because we all start from somewhere, you know. So let me tell you the story as Ben told it in his email. So it's a snippet from this story, Gran Torino screenplay. So Gran Torino is this grumpy dude. His name is Walt, right? In the story, played by Clint Eastwood, and he's talking to the young Iona teen, right? Loner teen called Tao, who he befriends, and they were chatting. And a particular scene was in the garage where Tao was like gushing over um, Clint Eastwood Walt's stuff. He said, you got so much stuff here. I can't afford to buy this all, said Tao. Then Walt said, hey, dumbass blockhead. I didn't get all my stuff at once, you blockhead. Same story that I will tell you. I didn't get to my seven-figure portfolio at once. I didn't get to my $1,000 of passive income at once. I didn't inherit them. I built them over time. You know? And then Walt said, I've lived here for 50 years. Me, I built my business and continue building my business for the last 20 years. Walt is 50 years in it, so he's accumulated more stuff. Me, 20 years, I've accumulated some, and I'm sharing with you. When a man stays in one place or stays in the expertise long enough, you will grow what you are building. For me, I'm growing passive income streams and portfolio. Therefore, my passive income streams and portfolio is growing because I'm building that other than business, right? Then Tao said, yeah, but then Walt said, no, 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 stop, 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 stop. Look, kid, I think I know where you're going with this. You don't need everything to maintain a house. So Tao was asking about tools to maintain a house. I'm talking about the skills and experience to build passive income and portfolio income. And then Walt said, you don't need everything to maintain a house. I'm going to let you on a little secret. Then Walt rattles around his bench and steps around three tools. Pop, pop, pop. Three tools in quick succession, right? And Walt says, Tao, this is for you. A roll of duct tape, a can of WD-40, and a pair of vice grips. Any man worth his shit can do half the household jobs with these three things. In the odd chance that doesn't work out, sure, borrow something. That's how the script went, right? So what I learned from Gran Torino story. Number one, start wherever you are, start now. Okay? And you don't have to have everything. Maybe you just start with three basic stuff, right? Maybe it's just saving a little bit more money. Maybe it's investing a little bit more money. You know, maybe go start a side hustle, right? Okay? Just start. Start now. Okay? Start wherever you are. That's what I learned. The first story, the first lesson. Second lesson I learned is keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Okay, keep it simple when you're starting out. You don't need to know everything under the sun. You don't need to have all the money in the world. That'd be nice, but no, it doesn't work that way. Right? So Walt just gave Tao three basic stuff. And likewise, I'm drawing the same story, right? Keep it simple. So one roll of duct tape maybe is to earn more or have a side hustle, right? The kind of WD-40 is maybe to tell you stop buying shit that don't advance your passive income goals. Maybe you can do that later, right? When you have lots more money. And the pair of vice grips is to invest and reinvest into safe and reliable defensive assets. Keep it simple. This is what I learned from Gran Torino. And it's so basic, right? And then, so for me, I had some skills, right? When I realized that my first job will earn me 1,700 a month, and after getting confirmation it's 2,000 a month, and every year we get 1% increment, I'm like, oh no, no way, Jose, it ain't gonna work out. So I decided I got some skills. I contacted an agency and secured a freelance job, left my job, right? Within the first month of leaving to do freelance, I earned from $2,000 with bonus to 4,800 net a month. I grew my salary, my take home from more than 100%, more than 150%, I think. Yeah. And that opened my eyes. I'm like, oh my gosh. Sometimes when you're on the ground looking at something and doing one thing all the time, you become oblivious. Yes, mastery requires you to focus, but once you take a step back, you may realize that, oh, you are missing opportunities because you are too engrossed this way. Okay? And then yes, before some people will mention that, oh Nigel, you're lucky, you got a job, or you got a skill. Look, some people are born with more stuff than me, some people are gonna be born with less stuff than me. That's why I said start where you are, start humble if you have to, okay? Start basic, just start, right? Remember we have a goal. You have a goal, I have a goal. I have a passive income goal. I want to have at least 8 grand a month coming into to my pockets every single month with me working or not working. That's my basic passive income goal. So you have to decide your passive income goal depending, regardless of where you are. If you inherited 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, great for you. If you started from ground zero like me, this is how I did it, right? Just start where you are. So people will just, sometimes people say, oh, Nigel, you're such a big boss, but they don't realize I was freelancer for 2 years. We got knocked around by companies. It's normal, right? And then we became an agency, right? Became agency. Then we start sending people out to for jobs. Then we realized, we don't like agency work. It sucks. That's why within 1 year we done. Continue freelancing. Then we realized, freelancing is not really the best thing to do. It's not bad. It's great actually for many people, but for me, I want to grow it. I want to scale more. And being a freelancer, it's kind of hard to scale. So we started a small shop 2 years later. And then from the small shop, we learned how to manage a single shop before we went to second, third, fourth, fifth shop, and so on and so forth, right? But it all happened because we started. That's why I keep saying start now, and that's why I'm such a big proponent of side hustle, right, and entrepreneurship, because it has changed my life for the better. The simple summary of what I learned is that you start where you are, and the cycle is work, save, invest, reinvest. It's not rocket science to get to your first 100,000, quarter million, half a million, 1 million. The flow is the same. Work, save, invest, reinvest. You know, when I first started, I do not know any shit about business. I made so many mistakes in the book, right? Upset the clients, made all the mistakes in the book, undercharged, they didn't chase for money that's owed to us for months and years. I was terrible at negotiating. I was fearful that clients would hate us and drop us, you know. But I learned. I went for seminars. When we got profit, I went for seminars. I went for courses. I keep learning and improving myself. I continued to serve the clients out of 100%, maybe 30% weren't that happy with us. They don't come back anymore. 70% were happy. And this got me experience dealing with the realities of money, business, and clients, right? So, and then whenever possible, we took out some profits to reinvest into the business. Additional, we pay down the house. We like to live without debt. Although it's not the best move from a investment standpoint, but it's just nice feeling, right? So, and this also got word of mouth going. The 70% of clients who were happy referred us more clients, right? And then I continued to learn, I continued to apply, I continued to refine all the processes, all the lessons on money, business, and clients. You know, I started my business when I was how old was I? I graduated 20, 23. Today I'm 40. It's been 17 years, and I'm still learning. I'm still applying, right? And then as you grow the business more and more, some companies came along and said, "Hey, Nigel, hey, Louise, my wife, say, hey, your business looks pretty nice and swanky. Can we buy you?" So we discussed for a while, about half a year, 1 year, and we acquired for a tidy seven-figure sum. Not a lot to retire tomorrow, but good enough for me to pay off the house loan, put some real estate, and then after that we went to crypto. And then the crypto story is quite. The first 3 months of crypto was wonderful. After that, 2018, bam, 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 bam. I lost 80%, 90% of the portfolio. Ugh. And I forgot about it. I left it be, apologized to my wife. I went back to continue hustling. And later, I realized crypto picked up again. And my portfolio grew 300%. And that's where I am today, right? So I'm taking the money that I've earned and grew. Now I'm going for classes. I'm investing into wealth management. I recently discovered Vanguard. I was studying about Vanguard and how their returns are pretty good, right? And I'm learning and I'm changing as I go along. I will probably pull out the money from wealth management and probably split half and half into rental properties and Vanguard for long term. That's for investment. For my business side, I'll keep growing my core business. Okay, we are still early in the game. I believe my core business probably can grow mm, at least to a $5 million business, $3 to $5 million. Easy. There's some work to be done, but it can grow some more. And on the side, I'm also learning how to be an online business as I learn how to improve marketing, digital skills, and things like that. So for you, right? Maybe you're like me. When we start at zero, when we're 20 years old, 23, right? But when you stick at it long enough, like Walt said in the Gran Torino, you stick with it long enough, you keep your unnecessary expenses low, save as much as you can, earn more, and keep reinvesting into Vanguard or stable, safe investments that you like. You'll find that with time, your portfolio will just keep growing. We will compound with time, with investment. You know, what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to start out perfect. You don't need to start with a huge amount of money. It'll be a bonus, but you don't have to start out with a big bunch of money. You just got to start, you know, and as you go, it will grow. It will grow with you, you know. Remember what Walt said? That keep it simple, right? Where's that? See, keep it simple, okay? He gave Tao three things: roll of duct tape, which is to me akin to earning more; can of WD-40, which is to me seem like stop buying shit that doesn't advance your passive income goals; and lastly, he gave him a pair of vice grips, which to me can mean investing and reinvesting into safe and reliable defensive assets. We just keep it simple, and that's how you can grow from step by step to something much bigger. Let me show you an example, right? Let me pull this up for you, okay? Using this compound interest calculator, if you go to investor.gov, okay? So if let's say you can only squeeze out $100 every month, okay, in a span of 20 years, right? Vanguard gives about 14%. Estimated interest, the variance about 13.16, I think, or no, 13.61. Okay, if you compound this for 20 years, okay, you need $100 here. Okay, fine. Your $100 will then become, for 20 years, it will become 110,000. It's actually not bad, for somebody who just put in $100 a month. Of course, if you have a side hustle, right, and then maybe you can work a bit more, earn a couple extra $100 a month, and you can throw the few $100 a month. So right now, you say instead of putting $100 a month, you can afford to put $500 a month, right? At the same interest rates in Vanguard, then you calculate, right? After 20 years, $500 a month, you have 547,000. Really? So just start somewhere, right? You can squeeze out more from your savings to basically save more money by spending less on things that you don't care about, or you can earn more, or do both. So say that you do all three. Maybe you have a main job and you got promotion, and maybe your side hustle started to grow and stabilize, and you'll be able to save more. So say instead of 500 a month, you're able to do 1,000 a month. And when you calculate 1,000 a month over 20 years, it's $1 million in 20 years. It's nothing to sneeze at. So you will see, if you see according to this chart, right, nothing really happens in the first few years. The magic happens at year 20. See, it jumps so much. So let's say if you have more time, let's put it 30, right? At $1,000 a month for 30 years, with this interest rate 14 and 13.61, if you calculate, all of a sudden you have 4 million. So your biggest benefit, your biggest items that you need to consider is how much you can put in consistently and how much time. Ideally, you have both. That means if you can start at 5 years old, well, that'd be great. But no, right? If the earlier you can start, the better. And the more amount you can put in, the better. You see, this is how this will change things. So that's my what I learned from Ben Setter's Gran Torino's email story. And this is what I feel and what I strongly believe is the way for you to get money to finance your passive income goals. Do it as early and quickly as you can. Basically, work, earn more, save, cut out unnecessaries, invest, reinvest, repeat. Just repeat until you reach your goal. So that's all I have for you today. How to get money to finance your passive income.